So we have to talk about Colombia, Cuba, and of course the whole Maduro situation because there's something that recently happened that's quite interesting. But before we get into that, I got a video that I want to show you guys from a YouTube channel by the name of AI Telly. I'm gonna throw them up on the screen so I give them their proper shout out because this video is absolutely incredible. What I'm about to show you, here they are right here. All right, AI Telly. Ooh, 1.8 million. Look at them. Look at them. Beautiful, beautiful. The video I'm about to show you guys is absolutely incredible. So shout out to AI Telly on YouTube. All right, all right. Let them know I sent you if you decide to hop on over there. Now, let's dive into this video. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. If you want to see the whole thing, obviously go to AI Telly. But I want to show you the breakdown of the operation to capture Maduro, and then we'll get into what the Colombian president's response recently was after basically seeing Maduro was captured, because he wasn't talking that way before, but now he is, as well as Cuba's president. We're gonna hop into that as well. A lot of dictators around this world are kind of changing their tune. It's quite interesting. Check out this clip.
How do you capture a high-value target when the whole world is watching? You create a masterclass in deception. The CIA set the stage with a single building as bait and filled the sky with 150 aircraft to create a deafening sonic shield for the helicopters to drop Delta forces. F-35s lit up the perimeter, turning night into day. By the time the dust settled, the helicopters had already touched down and Maduro was gone. We'll also look at how the US uses the F-35 jets in its Navy to launch a large-scale attack, all in the video ahead. In the dead of night that is 2 in the morning, the lights went out in Caracas. By 5 a.m., the president of Venezuela was gone. But how US played a deception games. While the whole world were focused on the aircraft carriers in the Caribbean, a shadow war was being fought on the ground. This wasn't an invasion, it was a surgical extraction. We finally have the declassified timeline of how US forces breached the heart of Caracas and extracted Nicolás Maduro. Let's start with step 1. The setup. This didn't happen overnight. For months, the US had been tightening a naval quarantine around Venezuela. The US Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group and the US Iwo Jima Amphibious Ready Group were parked off the coast. The pretext was clear. The US designated the Venezuelan government a narco-terrorist state, specifically targeting the drugs lords. But while the Navy squeezed the coast, intelligence assets were tracking one man. They waited for a specific window, a moment where Maduro was stationary and vulnerable. Step 2. The strike. It began at exactly 2 in the morning Venezuelan Standard Time. High above, several F-35 stealth fighters punch a hole through the enemy lines, destabilizing their anti-air defenses. Like these Russian S-300 missiles located all over the strategic high-value target. With the skies cleared, the path opens for Delta Force helicopters to fly straight towards the mission. Here comes the deception.
Bro, it's crazy how easily we disabled his anti-aircraft artillery. That's just wild, bro. He literally had this stuff outside of his military base where he was, and we just instantly disabled it. Done, cooked, toast. Out of here.
The helicopters flew. The jets started firing with more strikes as it hit Fort Tuna, the main military base and command center, and La Carlota Air Base, destabilizing Venezuelan air support. Reports from the ground describe widespread explosions and a sudden communications blackout. The chaos wasn't the goal, it was the cover. But how did the raid happen? We have to look at step 3. Under the cover of darkness and chaos, the Tier 1 operators went to work. But what is the exact unit tasked with the mission? It is the Delta Force, one of the most elite secretive special forces units in the US military. Witnesses in Caracas reported low-flying aircraft skimming the rooftops, flying well below radar coverage. The team breached a secure compound believed to be a safe house within the massive Fort Tuna complex. Resistance from the Venezuelan Presidential Guard was swift but ultimately futile, as the helicopters lay cover fire. The operators moved with surgical speed, landing on multiple points. But how exactly the capture and extraction happened? For this, let's look at step 4. Specialized helicopters hovered over the objective to insert the assault team. While dozens of attack helicopters laid down suppression fire, the Delta Special Forces descended and started the search for the high-value targets. How did they find him? Simple. The CIA had planted spy inside Nicolás Maduro's close circle. While back in the US, Delta Force built an exact replica of his safe house, rehearsing the raid until they could do it blindfolded. While operators breached the room so fast, his security could not even react to the situation as the sound of flash grenades disoriented the security guard. Using blowtorch, they caught him before he could even lock all the doors. Maduro's shock and awe froze him as Delta Force reached the compound. Nicolás Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores, were physically secured. This wasn't a negotiation. They were detained and immediately moved to the extraction point. These aircraft are capable of performing urban extractions from buildings and refueling in midair. Within minutes, they were airborne, leaving Venezuelan airspace and heading to a secure floating staging base in the Caribbean. This Operation Southern Spear has changed the geopolitical map of South America overnight. But wait, before after the extractions, there were reports of F-35 jets also leading the tip of the spear for the attack. We'll look how the United States used F-35 jets instead of F-16s for operations in Venezuela, because this is a well-organized and militarized Venezuela has positioned advanced Russian S-300 missile systems, Chinese radar networks, integrated Russian air defenses, and Shahed drones along its borders. This creates...
And none of it mattered. None of it mattered. Two of our biggest adversaries they're getting equipment from, and none of it mattered. They got equipment from Russia and China, and we pierced through like a hot knife through butter. Didn't lose a single American and didn't lose any equipment. That has to be nerve-rattling to the world, watching what the U.S. is actually capable of. Like, we went into another country with a guy who doesn't really like us, right? Bad guy. He's got all types of defenses from two other adversaries, Russia and China, and we still got him in less than 3 hours. We were in and out, in the middle of the night. Meanwhile, Russia's struggling to defeat Ukraine. I'm just saying. Does anybody else find that interesting? Maybe there's something about that whole situation that I'm missing, right? Obviously, we know about the nukes and whatnot, but we got some too. And our nuke button is a little bit bigger, okay? As Uncle Trump once said. I find it interesting that Russia is struggling to defeat Ukraine. Like, yeah, I know we're kind of helping them with equipment and whatnot and stuff like that, and so is the EU. But still, like, if Russia was this big, powerful country, like, you know, we once believed they were, right? Wouldn't they have squashed Ukraine like a bug? I don't care what type of equipment we gave them. They don't have the manpower to do anything. I don't know. Maybe I'm an idiot when it comes to that. Probably. If we got anybody that's more intelligent than me on the subject, please let us all know. But I just found it interesting. Now, let's hop into what Colombia's, what is it? I forgot this guy's name. Gustavo Petro. Let's dive into what he had to say about about Trump. Hold on. Let me get this translation going so I can get y'all right. All right, so I have the translation over here, but I'll play the video first.
A mí no me amenace, aquí lo espero si quiere. No acepto invasiones, no acepto misiles, no acepto asesinatos, acepto inteligencia. Vengan aquí a hablar con inteligencia y lo recibimos y hablamos de tú a tú y con cifras reales, no con mentiras. Deje de engañarse de las mafias políticas colombianas, porque nos condenaron a 700,000 muertos, a ser el país más desigual del mundo. All
right, now let's dive into what he was actually saying there. He said, I am not threatened. Here I am waiting for you. If you want, come get me, coward. I'm waiting for you here. I do not accept invasions. I do not accept missiles. I do not accept murders. I accept intelligence. Come talk to me with intelligence, and we reached agreements based on real numbers. not lies. So yeah, calling Trump a coward probably isn't the smartest thing to do. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Now, here's another speech where he went after Marco Rubio as well. He said, and then I have to tell Mr. Marco Rubio, my brother, if he's going to jail me, let's see if he can. Let's see if he can. Okay, all right. If he wants to put me in the orange pajamas jumpsuit, let him try it. But these people does not kneel before anyone. His hatred from the past, which I don't know, and no Colombian is guilty of what happened to his grandfather or his father in Cuba. So yeah, he was literally trying to taunt Uncle Trump and Marco Rubio not very long ago. Okay? Now, after that operation where, we showed the world, like, yeah, you don't want to fuck with us, okay? We got them things with us. You understand me? We got them things. His tune really changed. And I find this so hilarious, man. So hilarious. So he says, everything has changed today. For the first time since he became president, we have spoken. I want to thank President Trump for the call we just had. It was a respectful conversation, a frank conversation. Among the things that President Trump and I discussed was the disagreement we had regarding his vision of the relationship between the United States and Latin America. I said in my written letter to Trump at the beginning of his government and personally to Biden that the policy of forced eradication of coca crops and fumigation with blah, blah, blah has failed. It has not reduced cocaine production. On the contrary, it has increased it and has caused enormous environmental. See, we agreed to continue discussing these issues. President Trump has invited me to the White House, and I've accepted the invitation. We will meet soon to address our differences, blah, 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 blah. So his tune completely changed. Hey, if you want the smoke, come and get me. I'm waiting right here. It's funny how that tough guy act goes right out the window. Immediately after you see a dictator get abducted in the middle of the night with all of his equipment online, and it didn't do a single thing to stop us. It did not do a single thing to stop us. And this is what Trump had to say as well. I'm going to play this clip.
Colombia is very sick, too, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States. And he's not going to be doing it very long, let me tell you.
What does that mean? He's not going to be doing it very long.
He's not doing it very long. He has cocaine mills and cocaine factories. He's not going to be doing it very long.
So there will be an operation by the U.S. and
it sounds good to me.
Secretary Rubio.
Now, this was some days ago, before Pedro had that phone call with Trump, so I'm sure that did not help either. That Trump was like, yeah, we might pull up and snatch him too. Man, oh man, do I love having a president like Uncle Trump. Man, do I love it. It is so wonderful to be respected on a national stage and to have these other dictators around the world absolutely fear us once again, right? Unlike when, never mind, we ain't gonna get into the last administration. I've done enough of that, right? I've done enough of that. But yeah, now I want to get into Cuba and what he was saying not very long ago. I want to play this clip. Check it out.
¡Abajo el imperialismo! ¡Abajo el imperialismo! ¡Abajo el imperialismo genocida, inmoral y fascista! Este acto de terrorismo de Estado que acaba de ocurrir en Venezuela es un atropello escandaloso a las normas del derecho internacional. La agresión militar a una nación de paz que en nada amenaza a Estados Unidos y el secuestro de un presidente legítimo electo soberanamente por su pueblo. No puede haber silencio ni aceptación de ese acto de terrorismo de Estado, solo comparable con los crímenes contra la humanidad que comete el sionismo israelí en la Franja de Gaza. El muy oscuro objeto del deseo imperialista es el petróleo venezolano. Son las tierras y los recursos naturales de Venezuela. No, señores imperialistas, este no es su patio trasero ni territorio en disputa. No aceptamos ni reconocemos la doctrina Monroe.
Yeah, so y'all can see he's talking a little tough. You don't need to hear the whole thing. Now I want to show you guys actually his switch up from that tough talk to a little softer talk afterwards. Okay, now I need to translate this again because I want you guys to be able to understand exactly what it is that he's saying here, because this is hilarious. You went from tough talk, oh yeah, no, what y'all just did, Venezuela, man, we can't stand for that, to, you know what, guys, our government, yeah, I think we're actually messing up. It's our fault. What's going on in our country? I think we failed our people, you know.
Y tenemos que empezar a cambiar desde el partido. Es que nosotros tenemos que lograr que nuestra militancia y nuestras organizaciones bases nos sentamos responsables de todo lo que funciona mal y de todos los incumplimientos.
So, the dictator says we have to start thinking that perhaps what is not working well in Cuba is our fault. The parties, he said. Oh, so now you want to make sure that you try to care for the people. Listen, Trump, we're no dictators. We actually care about our people here in Cuba. Oh, no, please, don't abduct me. It's funny how that tough talk go right out the window, huh? Man, is that interesting. But as always, let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. It is a great feeling to be respected once again on a national stage. It is very, very, very good. A very, very good feeling. But as always, like I said, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.